So hi, Dr. Bridget here with another prescription for success. Today's is all about how do we know that we're self-sabotaging. Okay, so how do we know that we're self-sabotaging? Well, sometimes your mind feels a bit like this river, doesn't it? It's burbling away and getting stuck on the rocks and just causing a bit of chaos. In fact, last weekend it was probably about 6 foot higher than that, and it was really, really dramatic. And I think that's a sort of bit of a metaphor for what we do in our heads. So we feel like we're battling that, part of me wants this, part of me wants something else. Sometimes I believe in myself, sometimes I don't. And, that's all part of self-sabotage. And I'm really passionate about helping people to overcome self-sabotage because it's usually pretty deep-rooted, but it doesn't take very long to sort out. So, literally 2 or 3 hours and this can be sorted. So what sort of things might you be looking for? Well, you notice yourself dropping balls, so you should have some juggling balls here really. Perhaps I'll do that for next time, learn that skill. And, you're juggling away and there's lots of balls and you're sort of trying to keep an eye on them and you've just dropped one. And maybe you don't notice, or maybe you do and you just don't want to pick that back up, or you can't. Procrastinating is a really good sign of self-sabotage. Often that's because you don't feel good enough, or you don't feel worthy, or you're worried about success. And anything, and I mean anything, is sort of like a better thing to do than to actually do the work that you need to do. Sometimes we can create illnesses. So as you know, our thoughts and our memories are connected to all of our cells. So becoming ill is actually quite an easy thing that our brain will sort of give us. So we might say to ourselves, or some people say to themselves, oh, I need a break, it's not gonna, I can't do this, it's just not worth it, I can't deal with this. And then before we know where we are, we've got a cold or something, or a sore throat if you're about to speak. And it's all because, minds are connected to every cell. And then we can behave in an unusual way. And this is a really interesting one for me because I tend to be pretty calm. And just occasionally I can sort of go, do something that seems a bit out of character for me. And I sometimes wonder if that's me self-sabotaging. As we know, people aren't their behaviours, but that is a symptom of self-sabotaging. Also, we pick fights. So certainly earlier on in my business, I'd go up to the house and I'd had a really good day, and all of a sudden I'm picking a fight over something minor like the dishwasher being loaded, or why isn't tea ready, and I just pick a fight which turns into a big fight. And then I think, well, why did that happen? And that's self-sabotage. And also feeling sorry for yourself, I think, has an element of self-sabotage. And so next week I'm going to tell you what to do about self-sabotage, part of which is picking the phone up to me and getting it sorted, because it's very easy to spend a long time trying to sort out consciously why we're self-sabotaging and to actually get rid of it. But working with me doesn't take very long, and we get rid of this really, really quickly. Also on my courses, a lot of people are doing some self-sabotage when they come on courses, and that's another way of getting rid of it. So that's my little, prescription for the week. If you're feeling a bit like the stream, if things are swirling around rather than going in one direction and you're feeling a bit rubbish, then just get in touch with me. So I shall see you next week. Take care. Bye.